By pretty much any relevant metric, it's pretty clear that fighting games are a niche. They haven't always been, but for now it's undeniable. There is a perpetual discussion on the reasons why, which ranges from the universally agreed upon issues such as netcode, because as it turns out, if your first multiplayer experience with a genre looks like this, you're probably not going to get that invested. Or there's more contentious issues like execution and not trusting people to input a quarter circle forward motion while simultaneously ignoring the fact there are over 750,000 people currently flick-shotting each other and improving their spray control. I wonder which side of that argument I sit on. The list of problems is never ending, as it should be. If you're going to be dedicating a portion of your life to something, you're probably going to have an opinion on what would make it better and pull more people in. While the majority of people's concerns are true, there is at least one thing for me that cements our place in the niche which I don't think gets talked about enough, and it's the fact that fighting games are 1v1. 1v1 games by default have a brutal reality to them. If you were to, say, load up Valorant right now, even as someone trash at the game, there is a chance you might win. Your team can carry your day one scrubbery through a game and get you that W. 1v1 doesn't have that. All you have is the undeniable fact you're bad and you're going to lose until you improve. Even then, when you do improve, if you have an off day like everyone does, you can't turn around and call your teammates garbage. You're garbage and that sucks. In battle royales where you can solo queue, you might not win, but you might get 98th place, so you're still better than someone. There might be a moment where you shoot someone in the back, you're better than them and they didn't even see you. Now, that might not be true, but it doesn't change the way you feel about it. Don't get me wrong, you can feel good about things in fighting games even when you do lose. Hit that character specific max damage combo and you're gonna feel a certain type of way. But after a first to 10 where you've just lost every match, you've probably already forgotten about what you've achieved, unless you're someone that accepts the process of learning a 1v1 game. Look at one of the greatest competitive games of all time, Quake. Duel is heavily pushed as the lead esports game mode at this point. It's very consumable, exciting to watch, and has a bunch of legacy to it. Despite all of this, the number of players you'll find in team modes are way bigger. And this is probably for numerous reasons, but I think there is a comfort in knowing that not everything in a match is dependent upon your individual skill, especially as a beginner. Now, just in case someone is taking this video in really bad faith, I'm obviously not trying to say that team games are in any capacity easy, just simply that at a lower level, the chance of some kind of endorphin rush from you doing something good or your team doing something good is far more likely than in a 1v1 game. This is something that can be addressed with a good ranking system, making sure that scrubs aren't bouncing off a brick wall of top players. But even with that, I think the point still stands for a lot of people. Team games are also social by default. Now, people have varying levels of engagement with this side of things, from those that solo queue and don't mind jumping on mic, to those that just stay in Discord with their friends. Even if you have all your comms turned off, you can still get stoked for your teammate when they do something hype. This is actually something that fighting games do in a different way. There is an innate social element that's been there since day one. We can invite someone around to play, go to a session, go to a local tournament. That stuff is important and enforced by the knowledge that offline play is optimal when trying to improve. When I was learning Guilty Gear, I was literally years behind everyone else, but the fact I was learning with friends made the journey of getting an understanding of the game beaten into me far more enjoyable because I was just spending time with good people. In my eyes, there is a barrier that 1v1 will create for entrance to the genre. Ultimately, I don't mind this. I got into the genre because it was 1v1 and I'm sure there are others like that. However, its ramifications are obvious. Maybe there are solutions to this. It could be on the community side, trying to get new players to events, or it could be the cross-Tekken 2v2 mode, who knows? It might not even need a solution, it's just how fighting games work.